What up YouTube, it's your boy Anime Specialist. So this was another great episode of Attack on Titan. There's kind of a lot to talk about, but last week's episode was great. There was a lot of tension between Mikasa, Eren, Anji, and Levi for choosing between Armin and Erwin to save, with the Titan serum. So that was one of the greatest episodes of Attack on Titan period in my opinion. But this week's episode started with some of Armin's memories because when he was transformed into a Titan, he lost some of his memories. He only remembered what happened before when I think Bertolt transformed. After that, he didn't remember anything. So that's what happened when you are transformed into a Titan. And we also saw something when he was sleeping. It seems like it was kind of Bertold talking to him, because you also can retain some of the memories of the person that you ate. So that was cool. But since Armin didn't really remember anything since Bertolt transformed, Eren had to tell him everything that happened since, and Armin was shook, man, because obviously they chose him instead of Erwin, so that shook him a lot. Erwin was the commander, he was their leader, so he was shook about that, and he was also shook that he ate Bertolt and became the Colossal Titan. So that's a lot of things, man. The only thing that he remembered was Bertolt transforming and the things before that, so that's a lot to get and to hear after he just woke up, so I understand a lot. Anyway, the reason why we were excited for this episode was the basement, not Armin. So my bad, Armin, but we need to talk about the basement because we've been waiting for that since season 1, episode 1, I think, if I remember well. It's been a while. It's been 4+ years since. For the anime onlys. For the manga readers, we already know, so I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it was finally time. Things that I like is when they were going to the house, they were the transition from when they're older and then when they were younger, those transition while they were searching for the house, I liked a lot. But there's something that I wanted to talk about. It seems like the art and animation was different than the last few episodes since this arc began. Maybe it's just the coloring, because during this arc it was a lot grayer, and this episode it was a lot more colorful, so maybe it's just that, but it seemed a lot more different than the last few episodes since this arc started. Anyway, we finally know what Grisha Jaeger, Eren's father, wanted to show him. So Eren had to open this drawer with his key, and there was 3 books, and it seems like that in these books it's the story of Eren's father, so that's going to be really interesting. The first thing that we saw in the first book was a photograph. Obviously, in these walls, the civilization, the technology is not really advanced, so they didn't really know what a photograph was. They thought that it was a painting or a portrait or something like that, but behind the photograph, Eren's father wrote something. He wrote that there's a civilization outside the wall and that he's from this civilization, and that was a photograph. He explained what a photograph was and everything. I'm not gonna say it, so y'all know what a photograph is, but in this photograph it was Eren's father with another woman and a kid. So it seems like, listen carefully, anime onlys, it seems like Eren's father had a family before he had Eren, so that's really, really interesting. But yeah, it seems like the 3 books was an autobiography or a story of Eren's father before he came inside the wall in the civilization that he was before. And from what he said, it seems like the civilization is there's way more technology, they're way more advanced than inside the wall, so that's going to be interesting to see and to learn. I just want to say that it was great that Mikasa and Eren was together to open this book, because they've been together for a long time, since Mikasa's parents died, and that he just put his scarf around her neck. You know, they have a special relationship, and I hope that one day they'll be together, because they deserve each other. And Mikasa has done a lot for Eren, but Eren also did a lot for Mikasa, you know. So hopefully they'll end up together one day. That's my ship, my only ship in this anime. But yeah, it was great to see them together, man. It was really, really great. Anyway, after the end credits, after the ending song, there was a flashback. There was a flashback from Grisha's book. It was Grisha as a kid with his little sister. We saw his mother, I think, as well. So it was kind of cool to see. The narrator was Grisha, because they're reading his books. But it's gonna be cool, man. We're gonna see flashback of when he was a kid and how he grew up. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be really, really interesting. And what comes after that is gonna be great, man. I'm telling you all. I'm not gonna spoil anything for the anime onlys, but I can't wait for what's coming after that. So the only things that we know so far that was in the book was that Grisha lived outside the wall. It was kind of obvious because of the flashback that we got, but he was living outside the wall in a greater civilization with more technology, more advanced. He had a little sister. He had obviously parents, and he was not a rich. He was a commoner, you know. So it's gonna be interesting. It seems like when they go outside, they have an armband around their arm. I don't know what it is. I don't remember what it is, but we'll see in next week's episode. Obviously, like I said, their civilization is way more advanced in technology than inside the wall. So we saw a kind of balloon transporter. I don't know how they're called in English, but yeah, man, it's gonna be really, really interesting, man. I can't wait for what's gonna happen next. Let me know how hype you are about what's coming next, because there's gonna be a lot of flashback, and it's gonna be great, man. I do Attack on Titan reviews every week on Sunday, so subscribe for that. But I also do other anime related things like Black Clover reviews on Tuesdays, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer reviews on Saturdays, One Piece reviews on Saturdays, and like I said, Attack on Titan reviews on Sundays. The Wano arc in One Piece starts early July 7th, I think, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a great arc. The animation and art is gonna be amazing, so I can't wait for that. There's a new anime coming to my channel early July. It's called Dr. Stone. I'm gonna review this anime weekly, so also stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a great month. I can't wait. But yeah, man, thank you for watching. Follow me at Anime Specialist on Instagram and Twitter. But yeah, like I said, thank you for watching. Can't wait for what's coming next in Attack on Titan. You're gonna love it. And I'll see you in the next video, man. Anime Specialist out. Peace.